Okay. Um, this is the Naked News again. Listen, I'm really getting pissed off now. I'm starting to see articles coming out on the internet and uh, stories being told over the television news, the shitty media. I mean mainstream trash. And what all they're talking about now is the fiscal cliff. And Ron Paul's just been published again from a small site that I read often, and I'm sure it'll hit the main eventually. But he's quoted as saying, "Is basically, I can almost see him in my mind's eye giggling. What do you mean? We're already over the fiscal cliff." And he's 100% right. And when everyone knows it except, I don't know, maybe the majority of the people who are out in society. Well, you better wake up. You better wake up because it's coming, and these are all just games. They're incrementally taking us to the edge that they perceive the edge, and they're going to throw us over. The only problem is there's nowhere to fall to as far as the average income person, the poor. Okay? And there's nowhere to go for the extremely rich and the powers to be, the Illuminatis and your government people. They're going to stay right where they're at the top. Us middle people are going to be sucked dry. That's right. I don't care if my mother sees this or not. They're going to be sucked dry. Take it however you want to. They are putting on a show that is unbelievably staged. They started it the minute Obama was declared the winner. And Obama's not the problem necessarily. He's 80% of it, just like the president always has been. It's the powers that be, the Illuminatis, and those in control of us. And they're gaining more control every second. And when they take, and they know
they're black hooded vigilante anarchists. Now, you could think what you will about me, you could think what you will about your media, your president, your congressman, senator, what have you. There's no way the money can be paid back. It's gone. The big officials are already in China talking with the incoming 100-year transfer of power and to set up banking and that to drain their populace of any wealth. The bankers are done with us. They've gone through Argentina at last. They're done with us now. They're going to go to China and drain them of all the wealth. And they'll wait for us to fall back down all the way to the bottom. We'll suffer all the pain and consequences. We'll grab ourselves by the bootstrings and pull ourselves back up. And then once we've built up enough wealth and that for them to come back, they'll be back because they backed both sides of the election. But it kills me when they sit there and talk about the fiscal cliff and how it's coming and call your congressman and so on. It's already gone. It mathematically it can't be solved without default. The country's already bankrupt. We just haven't been stamped with the red letters of default. We just haven't been stamped with the red letters of default. But believe me, it, the stamp has been wet on the pad and the hand is high in the air and it's on its way down. And when it hits the cover, it's going to be dripping with blood, red, default. So be prepared. Do what you have to do. Make sure you're prepared for your family for several weeks. I mean, look at down in New Jersey and New York. They're starting to ration gas in New York City. Now, New York City was the most sophisticated city, supposedly, we've been told, as far as people and intellects and powers that be, and they can't even survive their own self. They're all waiting in food lines in New Jersey, some Philadelphia areas in Pennsylvania. Not that many, but New Jersey's gone. I mean, if you look at the pictures, not on mainstream, go look online at the real pictures. They're gone. All the houses are gone, off the beaches, all the way in. I can't tell you how far. There ain't gonna be anybody coming back here. If so, it's gonna be a long time. So you better get, if you're there and you can see this and don't know what's going on out around the world because you're caught up in surviving yourself, you better get out of there. Pick up your kids, your wife, whatever. And I don't want to be chauvinist, but that goes across from singles, whatever. I don't want to get caught in that shit. But grab up what you have, get on a bus, and leave. Start somewhere else. Go to Montana. There's tons of jobs. Uh, oil money out there. You could go work for the Illuminati oil kings and survive great with decent pay. But leave, get out of there. All right. We're over the fiscal cliff, everyone. I know I rant and raging, but just watch because there'll be more stories coming, and this is incrementalism. The only way you catch a pig, dig a hole, put a truffle 10 feet away. Next day, put a truffle 8 feet away. Next day, put a truffle 3 feet away. The next day, cover the hole, put the truffle on top of the cover, and you got yourself a pig. Well, don't let them squeal us. Listen, as always, God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe.